Let's talk about leaf miners. So many of you have asked me to do a video on this and I got you. So they're totally handleable as long as you know how to prevent them, what they are, how to deal with them if you get them. So let me show you what they are. For those of you who don't know what a leaf miner is, this is what they look like and this is what you're looking for. When you see these little trails inside your leaves, those are leaf miners, and they can do a lot of damage if they aren't kept under control. So I just go through and I just give them a little squeeze, crushing the worm inside the leaf. Prevention is always the best policy when it comes to gardening, so luckily it's easy to prevent them. And in order to properly prevent them, it's important for us to know what their life cycle is like. So the flies come into your garden and lay eggs. Those eggs hatch as the larvae that go into the leaf of your plant, and then those larvae develop into a pupa that then overwinters in your garden and over off seasons and wait to hatch until conditions are right for them to hatch into a fly and start the cycle all over again. Which means one of the most important things we can do to prevent them that's going to make life so much easier is something I've already posted a video on, and how to prevent pests in the garden without pesticides, and I'll link it in this playlist. So we're just going to clean up our debris. So if you normally get these worms in your eggplants or your tomatoes or your cucumbers, clean up those dead plants at the end of the season. Remove that debris from your garden so that they aren't there waiting to hatch to attack next season's crop. We're also going to avoid planting the same varieties and same plant families in the same location 2 years in a row. So if you planted tomatoes in one location, do not plant anything in the nightshade family in that same location the next season. So rotate through your crop plantings. And you know I'm going to talk about trap plants because I'm obsessed with them and they really work. So great trap plants for leaf miners are garden huckleberry. Who would have thought? Loofah are a great one as well. Columbine and lamb's quarters all do a great job of attracting leaf miners to those plants and away from your other fruits and vegetables. Another thing that I cannot talk about enough is how important it is to attract predatory insects in your garden. You need to hire an army of little bugs, little good bugs, to do the work for you. Stop spraying pesticides that are indiscriminate killers of insects. Their good bugs will outweigh the bad bugs if you foster their life cycles. So things like ladybugs, lacewings, wasps, and spiders are all great things to see in your garden because they're going to eat those pests before they can cause problems on your fruits and vegetables. And if you've had huge problems in the past, and while you're building up all these other things that I talked about, row covers. I have the video linked in this playlist as well of how to build an inexpensive, very sturdy row cover. Make sure you're not putting row covers over things that need to be insect pollinated though. Lots of things are wind pollinated or don't need pollination at all to give you food. So tomatoes and peppers are wind pollinated. You can cover those. Things like brassicas that don't need to be pollinated at all for you to get food, all great things to put underneath these row covers. As always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and happy gardening.